Okay, we're just short at 72.25. A couple of minutes after the open, pretty early to be trading, but got an end of trend warning signal here, 1500 tip bar chart, kind of a cyclical turn. We've also got the same thing on the 500 tip bar chart here with exhaustion buying, and it's a little bit of an icebreaker trade. Kind of got professional blue bars up at the highs there, so this is kind of running quickly in our favor, which is nice. So let's see where this goes. Okay, just a couple of minutes later, and the sound of coffee boiling in the background, if you can hear that. But anyway, you can see that we came almost back up to the entry point at 72 here, having come within a quarter point of my profit target. On these first kind of early trades in the day, I just look for 2 points just to take a quick 2-point trade and get out. You could see the kind of the support coming into the market here with a little series of profit-taking patterns here, professional blue bar, and a couple of bullish divergence points. So, we were going to get a little bit of rally. Luckily, it's kind of come back into this cyclical turning point on the 500 and kind of headed down. What I'm looking for is, kind of a combination of a professional blue bar and a cyclical turn on the 1500 tip bar chart to get out. We've got kind of that cyclical turn there kind of formed. And we know that there's kind of resistance kind of down here, so we're either going to break through this and kind of go for a nice little kind of winning first trade, or we're just going to settle around here and head in the other direction. So have to make a decision in the next few minutes. Okay, I just came out at 70.25 for those 2 points, and the reason for getting out now was had a little bit of a Rambo pattern here. And I must admit, if we're going to go for a break, we're going to go kind of quickly for a break. So, we kind of hung around here. Then a professional blue bar kind of came in. So, we're going to get a little bit of a rally from here. But no professional blue bars yet on the 1500 tip bar chart. So, I think the downtrend might still be in place. So we look for another kind of re-entry. Okay, I just got short at 69.75. Just checking my stops and targets. The reason to go short is, we're well below the cyclical support on the 1500 tip bar chart, which means we could easily run to a little bit of an overshoot or kind of a trend move. If we start moving down, the next place we'll get caught is a cyclical turn here on the 4500 tip bar chart. Still no professional kind of blue bars kind of come in. The last professional blue bar that we got on the 500 tip bar chart was up here at a little bit of a rally point here. I don't like that, these are two kind of Rambo patterns here and a couple here on the 500 tip bar chart. It just shows to me that, it's kind of a weak break to new lows. But, let's see. It's kind of playing with these levels and just, it's really the break being kind of below this cyclical support on a sustained basis like this suggests that we'll run into a trend move. I just came out at 69.25. Not a great exit here, and so that's just a half point. I kind of went a little bit further in my favor, but really couldn't make a decent exit down here. I was just looking for 2 points, but we never kind of went down to 67.75. And this last kind of move down, professional blue bar kind of come in, exhaustion selling at this point. So it's not the end of this downtrend, I wouldn't say, because we need to come into support here at 4500 tip bar chart, but it's kind of run its course for the time being. So let's see if it kind of bounces off this cyclical support that might become resistance, and see if there's another kind of quick short to be had. Okay, I've just gone long at 70.50, and I know this kind of it's kind of a little bit kind of crazy, but what I find is that the market reverses so quickly. It doesn't give you an opportunity to kind of make what would be the logical play here. The logical play would be, to wait for a kind of retest of the lows. And if I'm thinking that and thinking, I'll get back in low short at this point, as I said just a couple of minutes ago in the last video, the majority of the market is thinking the same thing. So I need to be thinking the reverse of what the rest of the market is thinking. So couple of things. First one is this exhaustion buying signal here at the top of this rise is not showing that the uptrend is over. It's actually showing that there's a large amount of buying to take us, quickly to this, near-term high. And so, if you see this exhaustion buying, at a top like here, or at a new high rather than kind of back into the congestion zone, you'd interpret it as a blow-off type move. But when it's here, when we've just taken this little rise up here back into the congestion zone, that's just traders anxious to get on board this up move. And then what we've just had is an amateur down bar here, kind of testing into these lows, and we kind of immediately kind of broke above there. We're still kind of halfway into that amateur bar. What I'd like, a break back up to these highs and then up to 71, and we're away to the races. And this will mean a lot of traders who are kind of short, expecting us to make kind of new lows, will have to get on board this new trend and hit their stops. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for. I don't think in this kind of violent activity there's enough room for a retest of the lows. So this little down bar for me is that kind of little signal that says that was the opportunity to get long right there on that pullback. So let's see if we break to 71 and away. Okay, so that didn't work out. Reverse short at 69.50. So loss of 1 point on that trade. And the reason for going short is this area of support has become resistance, kind of coming back into it. And you can see kind of amateur bars kind of playing at the highs there. So bearish divergence up here. This blue kind of professional bar at the highs, difficult to tell which way that was kind of going, but as soon as this is kind of broken convincingly by about half a point or so, tends to suggest that was amateurs professionals kind of getting short at the highs there. So it looks like we're going to retest our lows, and hopefully with this cyclical turn here, this will trend for a little bit. Alright, reversed and went long now at 69.50, so this is all kinds of changes happening here. Reason for doing that, a couple of things. 500 tip bar chart, couple of blue professional bars kind of came in here, bullish divergence, cyclical turning points. This is my trifecta here, so I have to think that that's kind of a good signal if I can see support elsewhere. And then on the 1500 tip bar chart, this move down here was a stopping volume pattern and bullish divergence pattern here. And so the original kind of hypothesis that this is kind of a testing bar down then suggests that once we break a half point below that test down, these kind of blue professional bars kind of come in right at that 69 level, means that this uptrend may still be on. Plus now on the 4500 tip bar chart, we're coming up to cyclical support at this level here. So we've overshot on the 1500. Cyclical support will be kind of logical, kind of coming in here. So we're reversed and now we're long at 69.50. Okay, quite a few minutes later, market's gone very quiet, and it's already 9:43, but still holding on to a long position, long at 69.5. We quickly raced up to 71, you can see here, but kind of coming into 71 was a previous high, a little bit of a Rambo pattern. We've come back down to kind of test almost at my entry point, but still holding on, and I quite like this trade now. The reason for it, kind of coming into these lows, you can see professional amateur down bar, and then immediately the professionals kind of come in with three little blue bars there on the 500 tip bar chart. And then on the 1500 tip bar chart, cyclical support and a blue professional down bar kind of at these lows. So we're coming in to test these kind of 69.5 type levels, and the professionals have got back in. And so now, as soon as we've kind of broken a half point kind of above those highs, that gives me kind of more confidence that we've now got a little bit of an uptrend kind of going. So we've got cyclical support on the 500, 1500 and the 4500 tip bar chart, so everything's kind of going in our favor. And once we hit 71 and a little bit, 71 and a quarter, 71 and a half, hopefully there's a whole bunch of stops kind of sitting above there, and then that'll give us a real kind of nice kicker to the upside. So still holding, happy to hold here. So let's see where this goes. Okay, well, finally I'm out at 72 even, and boy, that took a while. Once we broke above 71, I thought this would, take off. We quickly went kind of this last half point, but then this last, kind of point and a half, 2 point move has just been incredibly slow. Anyway, so it's 10 a.m. out at 72, so that last trade was 2.5 points, which is nice. Which makes my 4 for the day, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, and it took a while to get that. Just can't help feeling, because this is such slow going at these highs, that once we reach our end of trend kind of warning signal on the 4500 tip bar chart, that might be fairly significant. If I look at my highest time frame chart, the 40,500 tip bar chart, we've got that kind of cyclical turn that I mentioned in yesterday's video kind of hanging out there, and so 13,500 tip bar chart really weak in terms of buying at these highs. So we shall see, but just glad to be out. We've had exhaustion buying now on the 500 tip bar chart, professional blue bars here, and so on. So it was hard going the last trade, but glad to be out.